can go wherever you want, see whatever you want to, but a place is only as good as the people you know in it. I think this is a pretty good place. Welcome back, legends.
So I've heard that you want some more, you're ready and willing to settle the score. 90 plus episodes, yet so much in store. That amazing iceberg, we ain't hit the core, Ever wonder what made Devil Man cry, or why this guy conspire with his devilish eye? No need to question or prod and pry. Just watch me on YouTube till your neurons fry. Check it, season 1 got that out of the way. Season 2 kid stuff, you know we don't play. Season 3 that's garbage, better throw it away. Season 4 in the door and it's here to stay. We got hours of info that you can't ignore, like a hit from Truckun or a Snorlax snore. Anime's the currency, and if you feeling poor, just tune into Anime Legends Season. Hello everybody, my name is AfroX, the anime guide, here to guide the new into the old and the old into the new. So tonight we're going to be talking about something that came up actually really recently, and something that I'm really excited to kind of talk to you guys about here. I'm hoping I'll be able to give a demonstration during it. But what we're talking about tonight is just in general, we are going to cover the character of Jewelry Bonney from One Piece, especially since she's been the focus of a lot of the recent One Piece chapters. So that's who we're going to be talking about today. So looks like we already have Trix the Anime Hater in here. He says, yo. Thank you so much for showing up, Trix. Thanks for being the regular. Definitely don't take you for granted, that's for sure. But yeah, we're going to be talking about Jewelry Bonney today. And honestly, I think we should get right into it. So, starting off from the beginning, pretty much we meet Jewelry Bonney kind of in the middle of, due to flashbacks, the middle of One Piece is now, yes, the middle of One Piece is now the middle of One Piece, which sounds confusing, but you'll understand in a minute. So when we meet Bonnie, we meet her on Sabati Archipelago, and pretty much when we meet her, Zoro is about to cut a celestial dragon, and that is because the celestial dragon was abusing a woman that was on the ground and trying to kidnap her to take her as his wife. And Zoro was about to cut this celestial dragon, and Bonnie jumps in and stops him from doing that. And the reason why she does this is, of course, because if you touch or harm a celestial dragon in any way, the island you are on immediately gets invaded by the Marines, and Admiral is sent to deal with you. A Navy Admiral. So, pretty much, that's where we meet Jewelry Bonney. And kind of when she is better introduced, she is seen eating a big slice of pizza. Kind of looks like about a woman in her early 20s. And she's also known as Big Eater. She has a pirate ship that looks like a pizza. And she is one of the supernovas from the Worst Generation. So we know that about her. The one thing we also learned about her from the beginning is she has a devil fruit ability, and
Her ability is she has the ability to change her age at will. She can become a small child. She can become an adult. She can become an old woman whenever she wants. So that was our first introduction to her. Now, in recent chapters, we've gotten a lot of Bonnie's backstory. So, Bonnie is the illegitimate daughter of Ginny, who was a good friend of Bartholomew Kuma's, was in love with Bartholomew Kuma, and Ginny had been captured and turned into a slave for the Celestial Dragons, and she had some bad things done to her. And Bonnie was the result of that. So Bonnie is technically half celestial dragon. Um, so when Ginny died, Bonnie was sent to live with Kuma. Um, and pretty much Bonnie had the same disease that her mother had, the sapphire scales, and she couldn't go out into the sunlight. Kuma spent years trying to figure out a way to remedy this to no avail, and eventually Dragon suggested he go to Dr. Vegapunk. Dr. Vegapunk gave him a deal, um, along with the interference of St. J. Garcia Saturn, saying, hey, you want your daughter to be healed, you will pretty much have to give up your free will, become a cyborg, and do whatever the world government wants you to do, and become a warlord of the sea. And so Bartholomew Kuma goes through with this, and on her around her 9th birthday, Bonnie escapes from Sorbet Island, and the eyes of the person that was watching over for her from the world government, named Alpha. And this is a CB8 agent. And so she escapes, and as she escapes, she turns her arm giant and punches Alpha into the ocean. That is her backstory. And after that, we don't know anything until we meet her in the Sabati Archipelago. So that just Trix says, feel bad for those who really liked her from day one. Yeah. So pretty much, so Oda has confirmed that Jewelry Bonney is not actually in her 20s. She is canonically now, since 2 years have passed since she was introduced. She is probably about 13 years old, 13 or 14 years old, because when we see Kuma, Luffy still has a year or two until he goes out to sea, and then after the 2-year time skip, there's 2 years. So she is either 12 or 13 years old canonically. So pretty much, so her powers extend not just to being able to change her age to whatever she wants, but she can also do things like an ability called near-death experience, where she touches someone and gives them a flash of the moment before they're going to die, and then brings them back, which usually messes with their minds. And she is also able to she's able to change the ages of other people. And this is kind of through another ability she has called Distorted Future. And pretty much what we thought Distorted Future was from the beginning was her accessing different timelines, um, and stuff like that, which is a good base concept to go by. But my theory and what I want to pose to you guys today is kind of in reference to what she did when she was escaping the island. So Bonnie had heard from her father about Nika, sun god Nika. And her father said nobody knew what sun god Nika looked like, only that his body was was rubbery. So at the point when she punched Alpha, she said, "Give me a Nika-ish future." Now, keep in mind, this is a child um asking for something to happen that doesn't have a physical concept. This is a child asking for something in her imagination to be brought into reality. Now, I want to bring up a couple of powers that actually tie into this. I'm a big fan of the Superpower Wiki. If you haven't checked it out, definitely check it out. But there's an entire Wikipedia devoted to superpowers, and one of those powers that sounds very similar to it is what is called imagination manifestation, or the ability to make dreams come to life. This is also tied into the dreamscape, being able to warp dreams, and also being able to warp reality, things like that. So, what I am postulating here is that Bonnie and I'm going to get further into some other people that might have this too. I feel like Bonnie's devil fruit works on the idea of either of one of two things, either imagination manifestation, or it works on probability control. And we are going to get to that in just a second. Before I continue on in my theories here, I would like to say that the first part of this video is brought to you by my Patreon. We actually are going to have a new video talking about the Patreon coming out soon, so be prepared for that. But you can find my Patreon at www.patreon.com/AfroX. Check it out there. If you go there, you will be able to find the 5 different tiers that are there. You can sign up to donate to the channel in increments of $5, $10, $30, $50, or $100 a month, which all have different varying rewards. At the $5 a month level, you will get your name shown at the end of every edited video, except for AMVs. And these rewards stack. So at the $10 a month level, you get your name shown and announced at the end of every video. At the $30 a month level, you will get your name shown and announced in fully edited audio with fancy lettering at the end of every edited video. And also at the $30 a month level, you will get a handwritten thank you note from me. At the $50 a month level, you get all the previous rewards, plus you'll get an official AfroX t-shirt. So that is awesome. And at the $100 a month level, you will get all of the previous rewards, plus you will be given an invite to join in on any live stream that I do, where you will be given 5 minutes to plug your content. So that is all the rewards for the Patreon. Thanks for sticking around. All right, now back to the explanation. So, as I was saying, Bonnie's power, how she did this, she said, "Give me a Nika-ish future." This can either be kind of shown as imagination manifestation or probability control. And I'd like to see if I could actually give a demonstration of what I mean by probability control and what I'm kind of trying to show here. Um,
As the improbability drive reaches infinite improbability, it passes through every conceivable point in every conceivable universe almost simultaneously. In other words, you're never sure where you'll end up or even what species you'll be when you get there. It's therefore important to dress accordingly. The infinite improbability drive was invented following research into finite improbability, which was often used to break the ice at parties by making all the molecules in the hostess's undergarments leap simultaneously 1 foot to the left in accordance with the theory of indeterminacy. Many respectable physicists said they weren't going to stand for that sort of thing, partly because it was a debasement of science, but mostly because they didn't get invited to those sort of parties.
Wow. Is this going to happen every time we hit that button?
Very probably, yes.
Ah, I think the Earthman's about to be sick.
Whoa, do it in the trash can, hey, man. This ship's brand new.
Oh, dear.
Oh, come on.
We have normality.
Did it work? Who is there?
all right. So that clip there, that clip there that I just showed is from the movie The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and it demonstrates what is known as the infinite improbability drive. So how the infinite improbability drive works is that it sends whatever ship and people that are in the ship through every possible reality at the same time, or in at least mere seconds. And then pretty much what happens is, after going through every conceivable reality, it sends you to where you want to go by pretty much dropping you into a reality that is as close to the one that you desire. So what I am postulating with Jewelry Bonney's abilities is that her body is an infinite improbability drive. Pretty much what is happening is, when Bonnie imagines something and she wants a certain future to happen, she tells the devil fruit, hey, I want this to happen. And the devil fruit reaches out into the multiverse, the actual multiverse, and tries to find anything that it can and piece it together into making it as close to the result that Bonnie wants. And I think this is absolutely super cool, because this is very similar to the plot of the film Absolutely Anything, where a man for a day gains the power to wish for absolutely anything. And just the idea blows my mind that this is possibly how devil fruits work. And I want to expand on this too and say this possibly is even how Luffy, his Red Hawk works, or his Thor axe. So now that we know that Luffy's ability and his powers are based on his imagination, we know that when he's doing Red Hawk, his imagination pretty much is manifesting fire on his arm. We know that when he does Thor axe, that his imagination is manifesting lightning on his foot. This is because he is basing his attacks off of things that he has seen in the past. He saw Ace punch with fire. He saw Eneru throw down lightning, stuff like this. And so I I think Bonnie's power works with an infinite improbability drive explanation. I think Luffy's power works with an imagination manifestation um power thing. But this is super interesting because we could dive so much deeper into this. We could go so deep because we are actually talking about the magic of devil fruits, how devil fruits make things happen that don't naturally happen in the world. Um and it's so deep, and I don't know if Oda really wanted to go this deep, but I mean, if devil fruits themselves come from the dreams and desires of people, then who's not to say that everything in this world, devil fruits, is magic pulling from science. Um, uh, like, I mean, Hawkins, for example, being able to give people actual bad luck and have bad things happen to them. How does that work? And a great explanation for it is the things I've been talking about: imagination manifestation, or more realistically, infinite improbability. Uh, and so that's pretty much it. That's kind of what I wanted to bring to the table here. Was that I believe that Jewelry Bonney's distorted future works on the law of infinite improbability, and that what is happening is she says the future she wants, tells the devil fruit the future she wants, and the devil fruit reaches out into the multiverse and pieces together every possible timeline and every possible reality into into a result that as closely as possible resembles what Bonnie wants. And so in this case, when she said, "Give me a Nika-ish future," the devil fruit said, "Okay, um, Sun God Nika is a legendary figure, and the only thing this girl knows about Nika is that his body is rubbery." And so taking that information, it gave her an amalgamation of what she wanted, which was her arm turning into a gigantic cartoon, and gigantic cartoon fist, and being able to punch Alpha. Um, and yeah, this blows my mind because we are literally talking about fictional quantum mechanics right here, and it's amazing. Yeah, uh, my brain is absolutely addled today because this is also coming off of me seeing the movie Dream Scenario with Nicolas Cage. So my brain is on a whole nother level today. Let's check out the chat really quick. Interesting take on how our abilities work. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is such a legendary movie. Definitely agree. I personally own it, and it's one of my favorite films. How you explain her power that can seriously make her easily one of the most powerful and dangerous fruits in the verse. And also, you may just explain how devil fruits work before Oda has. That would be cool. On that point, Liam from Grandline Review actually said that. He said, if this is how Jewelry Bonney's ability works, that she definitely has the most powerful devil fruit, not only in the One Piece world, but she has now been put into high tier in every fictional universe. I mean, if we had to put this into the fictional forces of nature, Bonnie can technically reality warp. And the only thing that can beat reality warping is plot armor and having absolutely no weakness. So plot armor, like for example, in the anime One Punch Man. Well, I'm mostly reading the manga, but the anime One Punch Man, it specifically states in One Punch Man that Saitama can win any fight in one punch. Not that he will kill the opponent, but that the fight will end in exactly one punch. And that is plot armor because it was stated so at the beginning. And having absolutely no weakness is like Yujiro Hanma from Baki the Grappler. Yujiro Hanma has been shown to not have any weakness, and also Saitama has been shown not to have any weakness. But under that, reality warping is the third most powerful fictional force of nature. By the way, thanks for bringing this up. Her fruit is called the Toshi Toshi no Mi. Trick says age fruits would be a high tier ability in cross versus. Absolutely. Now, here's my other thought: is that when in her fruit, when it's called the age fruit, age doesn't mean chronological age. Age might mean an age, a large expanse of time. Or age as in the ability to take from any age, any timeline. But I think a better name for her fruit would be the timeline fruit, which sounds big and it's a mouthful, but yeah. Because, yeah, I mean, really, that's what she's doing. She has complete control over her own timeline, and she can reach in and take things from other people or other objects' timelines. One thing that does confuse me, though, is, and one thing that has not been explained yet, is why, when she turned Vegapunk into a child, did all of Vegapunk's, like, why did things come out of him? Why did, like, physical jewels of time come out of him? That's confusing to me. And I hope Oda explains that eventually, but yeah. Trick says age can mean a point in time. That is true. Timeline fruit sounds cool. Well, thank you. And if you hear anyone use it, tell them AfroX coined it. The timeline fruit. But yeah. Where was I? Yeah. But yeah, that's my theory for Jewelry Bonney's abilities, and also I gave you a whole backstory of Jewelry Bonney. So that is pretty much it for tonight. Make sure to check out my Patreon. Make sure to check out the AfroX official page on Facebook, stuff like that. I do have exciting news, which is that on December 28th, I will be starting my trivia hosting job. Not to worry, it's not going to conflict with me continuing to do AfroX. Pretty much, I just have to shift the day that I take a full mental break to Sundays now. Because I will be doing trivia hosting on Thursdays. But yeah, that's great news. Also great news is we are up to 404 subscribers. super, super happy about that. But yeah, 404. Hopefully we can start getting a little more traction here, and I'd like to see 500 sooner than later. And once we hit 500, I can become a partner with YouTube and I can start putting ads on my videos. I don't believe I can monetize them until 1,000 though. But once I start putting ads, then I will also be able to get a little tiny bit of income from YouTube. And that would be obviously very, very nice. Trixie says, congratulations on starting the job. Thank you, Trix. That means a lot. But yeah, well, that is all. Keep YouTubing, YouTubers. Don't fight the fro. And in this or any other timeline, whatever the probability, remember to stay legendary. See you later, YouTube. Bye-bye.